What is good to stuff, family? It's your boy Ray J back with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla and why I'm still very bullish for the long-term future despite it being in the red right now. I'm going to talk about why on earth the overall stock market is in the red as well, and what pieces of news are coming out that are basically affecting it. I'm also going to talk about other pieces of news that are affecting Tesla that make me super excited. I'm going to end the video with the latest tweets from Elon Musk that came out today. So even though Elon Musk did not tweet too much about Tesla or like any tweets involving Tesla, he did tweet something that can affect the overall market that I just want to talk about. Now, before I do get started and talk about any Elon Musk tweets from the man, the myth, the legend himself, I do have to mention a couple of things. First off, I'm not a financial, legal, or taxation expert, so do not take this as financial, legal, or taxation advice. Everything in this video is solely for entertainment purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash that like button if you want to see more videos like this, and not only benefits me, but benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link in the description. If you do sign up, you're going to get not only up to 5 free stocks, but you're also going to be entered in an iPhone 13 Pro giveaway. So you'll have a chance to win an iPhone 13 Pro, and you'll get up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500. With that out of the way, guys, please check out the link below if you want to, and let's get on with the video. So Tesla's looking pretty okay right now. It did drop about 6.1%, and even though it is in the red, guys, you have to note that this is not Tesla's fault. Tesla still has very strong fundamentals. They absolutely crushed it in terms of their capabilities, their production, and everything that's going on. However, Tesla's in the red with the overall market. It's not just Tesla. Bitcoin is crashing right now. It's in the red. Dogecoin's in the red. NEO's in the red. The Nasdaq is in the red. The SPY is in the red. Everything was just tanking today. And I want to talk about this first before I go on with Tesla. So real quick, I'm just going to talk about the overall market. Right now, we have CPI data coming out very soon. Basically, people are anticipating that we're going to see higher rates of inflation. So there is some fear and uncertainty, but it's more towards the fear side, or excuse me, the uncertainty side, because we don't really know yet. We don't know what the data is showing. So there's so much uncertainty, which led a lot of institutions to sell right now to have some cash at hand. And this is why the overall market, including Tesla, tanked. Now, I do want to note this right over here. The Nasdaq is currently showing that there's a large percentage of the stocks really above, or should I say below, the 20 and 50-day moving average, which means that a lot of stocks on the Nasdaq are kind of, how should I say, undervalued based off the moving averages. That's also a very interesting sign, because right now, I think we should see a lot of green in the market after we get this, data coming out, if it is not too concerning. However, I don't truly know what the data is going to show, so we just take that with a grain of salt. It really depends on what the data is showing before I make any like really confirmed claims like that. But I do like to think that the market is just going to see a little bit of a recovery next week, but I hope that that plays out, but it really depends on the data. Now, I do need to note this right over here. Evergrande has declared a default as huge reconstruction is looming. So that's a very big sign right now, because this is actually not too good for the overall economy, because we're considering the fact that there are many hedge funds that depend on Evergrande and the Chinese government for funding, for collateral, which they use to short or even invest in other firms. And this could lead to a lot of hedge funds getting margin called. This could lead to some, how should I say, bad things, for not just for China, but for the US market. So this is a little bit concerning for the long-term future, for the next upcoming months. So this piece of news did contribute in us seeing some red. And there was also some news that came out involving the Fed raising interest rates pretty soon. So right now, there has been a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt that was basically fueled by the media. But look at the fear and greed index. It's still at 33, which shows that the market is not necessarily in the worst of positions. It did get a little bit worse compared to before, because previously it was at 39, now it's at 33. So right now, guys, I'm not necessarily concerned. Okay, I'm not necessarily scared, because I believe that we're going to see a bit of a recovery for next week. But tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lot more red just like this. So looking at Tesla in particular, Tesla's not looking too bad in my opinion. It did drop quite a bit by some margin, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. Look at the one-day chart. We start off at 1,062. We tanked all the way down to $1,002, finding the support right over there. Now, I didn't anticipate this to happen this quickly. I honestly thought that the market would have a lot more strength than this, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. There is a lot of uncertainty. Like I told you guys yesterday, the market has all sorts of crazy pieces of news. From a Bollinger perspective, we basically touched the lower band for the large majority of the day, and Tesla's looking very, how should I say, it's basically very undervalued right now, because if I bring up the one-day chart and then bring up the VWAP right there, you can see that if I remove the Bollinger, Tesla's well below it for the large majority of the day, which means that Tesla necessarily is at a much lower price than its average. This means that pretty soon we should see some green candles coming up if the market allows it, which I think is most likely going to come. But I don't think that the green candles are going to come tomorrow, so to speak, because tomorrow is barely the day when the data comes out. We don't know how that's going to play out. So just be prepared, guys. Tomorrow we could see a lot of, I would say, more volatility, so to speak. But I don't know if it's going to be green or red. It really depends on the data. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the MACD and the RSI. Where are they still indicating? And right now, if you look at the 6 month chart, it's not looking too bad right now. The MACD did flip with the 9-day moving average, showing that Tesla could maybe drop a little bit more, but RSI is still at 38.73. Once again, not too bad. It's not horrible, but like I said, we could see a little bit more of a pullback because of the data coming out. We don't know what's going to come out for CPI. If it's very concerning, it could lead to a bigger sell off. So Tesla could drop just a little bit more tomorrow. But next week, after what I showed you from the VWAP, we could see Tesla see more green coming out from there. We should see Tesla run back up to the 1000s after, all the data is out and set, after people are less fearful. So I do think next week should be a lot better than this week. But once again, I do think that tomorrow we might see a little bit more of a red day for Tesla because we don't necessarily know what the CPI data is going to entail. And this could lead to a lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt from the media. Now, look at this for Tesla, though. And here's the thing about Tesla: even though the media is inciting fear, even though there are people that are scared, Tesla has done next to nothing wrong. Even though we're talking about the fact that the US safety agency is discussing Tesla camera replacements, right now Tesla is replacing a lot of cameras from their Model S's, their X's, and their 3s due to faulty circuit boards inside, but not necessarily too serious. So this is not the most serious issue out there. They're not issuing a recall. But at the end of the day, I like I said, Tesla's addressing the issue. It's not as bad as the media is making it seem. So don't fall for this issue. Don't fall for the FUD. Now look at this right over here. Tesla has doubled down on system to prevent gas cars icing superchargers, basically integrates it in its app. This has been integrating in its app, and this is basically going to help people from blocking the superchargers. That's a very good thing for Tesla because there are people out there that are just trying to do whatever they can to just, stop EVs. They're just all sorts of crazy things people have been doing, and I just want to put it out there, guys. So this is something that Tesla has been doing. They can be even implementing fines for people if they end up doing that. And this is just something they're doing to improve their customer service, so to speak. So it's a good thing that Tesla is doing, in my opinion. They're going to help people get smoother supercharging experiences, and they're going to be using QR codes too to basically help as many people as they possibly can. Now, I also want to talk about this right over here. It was also reported that renting a Hertz Tesla, you'll be able to load your Tesla profile settings eventually. This is exactly what Elon Musk was talking about. And basically, Hertz may still be in the deal to buy 100,000 Teslas or so in the next year. But on top of that, guys, you will have an iCloud. This basically means that you can basically put in your data into your Tesla and customize the car however you want it. That means however you want your computer to be set, anything like that, the car will automatically be custom for you. And then if you rent out a Hertz, you'll be able to customize it however you want pretty soon. Elon Musk was tweeting about this, so that's a very big update. So once again, guys, when it comes to Tesla's share price, Tesla did next to nothing wrong. They've done almost everything right. And despite that, it is a little bit in the red because of the overall market. And like I said, we could see a little bit more of a pullback because of the CPI data. We don't know how that's going to play out. However, once that's out of the way, once the FUD clears out, I really believe Tesla's going to see more green once again. We should be running right back up to the 1000s quite easily. So don't be too afraid if you see that, guys. I just want you guys to just stay calm, cool, and collected, and don't let the media scare you. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is what Elon Musk just tweeted about. He stated this right over here. He was just talking about the latest bill, or at least act, that's coming out. And Elon Musk did say some very, very big things that I want to talk about. But I do want to note something very important. My intent is not to get political. I'm not going to make any claims about that. I'm simply going to say what Elon Musk has been saying, and this is something that can affect Tesla. It can affect the market. So I just want to basically show this to you guys. I want to disclose the truth. I'm going to remain nonpartisan. I'm just putting it out there. So basically, Elon Musk is talking about the fact that if this bill passes, the US debt will increase by 24%. At least he claims that. And then if you go down right here, he's stating that it's very scary. Something's got to give. He also stated that if you tax all billionaires 100%, it only drops the national debt by 10%, which is just a 1 year of deficit spending. He also stated that there's a lot of trickery in the bill that he does not necessarily support. And he did say many, many things like that, like there's nothing is more permanent than a temporary government program. Yeah, I totally get his points, but I'm just putting it out there, guys, that Elon Musk has shown his opinion on this bill. He's shown what he thinks about it, and it's up to you to decide whether you want to support it or not. You're free to do whatever you want, but this in turn can have an effect on the market. Things like this, things that he says, statements he makes, it can affect the market. So I just want to put it out there, and it may have not affected Tesla too much. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but I'm just putting it out there, guys. This is what he said, and this to me is actually something that's important for Tesla investors to pay attention to. So like I said before, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of a dip if the CPI data isn't the best, but we do have support at the high 900s. I don't think Tesla's going to drop that low. And if we do end up touching that, remember, we should see a very big spring action. Tesla should recover quite quickly. And for the rest of December, we should continue to see more of an upward growth. However, news like this, like I told you, some type of catalyst, some type of news could cause Tesla to drop. And it could basically bounce back and forth. So I think that we're going to see high volatility for December, but when we close the year leading up to next year, we should have a pretty strong close. With that out of the way, guys, I'm still very bullish for the long term of this company because the fundamentals are there. They're absolutely crushing it. Their production is coming. They're absolutely crushing it with the new gigafactories coming, and there's amazing amounts of innovation coming. So I'm still very bullish for the long term. I easily see this thing breaking past $2,000 or $3,000 within the next couple of years quite easily, and I'm just super super excited, guys. So do not let the red days scare you. Stay strong, stay calm, cool, and collected, and never give up. Thank you, and peace out.